very enthusiastic. And over a period of time, the enthusiasm subsides. Yes? I mean, persons that practice chanting. You in the room, there's probably a number of persons that have been chanting for a number of years. How to sustain that enthusiasm for chanting over 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years? Same enthusiasm or There are devotees that struggle with maintaining their chanting from the beginning. How to sustain it? So the purity and the wisdom and the sense of service unto the Supreme. And that sense of service unto the Supreme is a relationship of love for the Supreme. It's nice. It's more than nice. It's transcendental. And that's the option, that's what Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam are giving us, is what Prabhupada gave us. Of course, it's not his, but he made it available to us in a translation that created many, 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 many devotees. And it's one of the reasons why we value very much distribution of Prabhupada's books. Let's see if there's some discussion. I have many things I'd like to say, but I'm reducing it. Yeah.
I think previously you were talking about how you shouldn't get attached to the result. Was it? I think it was chapter 6, verse 47. This isn't really a question. This is more so like a connection for me to understand. I've noticed it a lot that whenever I get attached to the result, like let's say like I'm taking a test, right? And I'm so attached to the result, like I want to get that 90, but then when I get an 85 or I get an 84, like I was so attached to the result, I wasn't focusing on like the notes or another example.
I got you. So with that example, how do I not get attached to the result of? I can give a simple answer, but the application of the simple answer is the difference between immaturity and maturity, and how do you become mature?
Yeah, I definitely need that.
The simple answer is, say you do this or that or the other, whether it's exam or something. Someone, I'm looking at the kitchen, so I'm thinking someone may be. They're really enthusiastic to see how much people like their cooking. It's natural.
Yeah,
it's natural, and that same enthusiasm directed towards that Krishna should be pleased, and if Krishna is pleased, that's it. The bell rings. And then consistency in Krishna should be pleased. This is exams or anything. Then you're going to do the best in your exam because you're doing it for Krishna. Or you're doing the best in your cooking, you're the best in your music, you're the best in your speaking from Bhagavad Gita's message or whatever, that Krishna will be pleased. And when you cultivate that consciousness inside, and abilities then are decorated on that to person who has that consciousness. And the converse is also true. Bondage to material existence covers one's consciousness. So you're not going to do as well in life, exams and everything else, as in comparison to, I'm doing this for Krishna consciousness. And you know, it's not like snap your fingers and it's one day this and the next day that. It's the progression of one's life. Here's a scriptural reference. Here's two scriptural references. One, a verse that I like very much, Bhagavatam, Canto 10, chapter 14, text number 8. Check it out. 10:14:8. Not now. Not now.
Oh, I'm going to write it down.
Okay, write it down.
What was it?
10:14:8. It's a verse where it starts stane statak. Stane statak. Stay in your position. Stane statak. This is a verse that Brahma is speaking to Krishna, that Lord Chaitanya accepted. This is the goal of life, and the means to achieve the goal of life. And the explanation given is, you don't need stuff. You just need bhakti. Here's a little Prabhupada story. Prabhupada had he wanted artwork, because the picture speaks 1,000 words, and he likes words. So he had artists making paintings. They had never had a paintbrush in their hand. So they painted rudimentary kind of stick figure paintings of Narada Muni. So they showed Prabhupada as, Narada Muni is this big muscle man. And Prabhupada laughed and said, he's not a meat eater. He wasn't a weightlifter. He says, he's slender. He's okay. So by practice, then at some point in time, because Prabhupada, we've never had should we take art lessons? Prabhupada said, no. Use paint for Krishna. Paint for Krishna. And Lord Brahma has made, this is Prabhupada's answer, Lord Brahma has made this body in such a way, you practice something in devotion, the ability will come. It's a yasyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana sarvayar ganesh tatra samasutra. It's right in the Bhagavatam. All the good qualities come to one who has devotion for Krishna.
I like that example you gave. The one, even though it wasn't like the best painting because they painted it with devotion,
yeah,
like, it was the intent that counted.
Yeah, and because of that intent, their capacity became refined. Look at the Krishna book illustrations. That was 1970. It's kind of funky. The intent. You get the message across, and they kept painting for Krishna, and the quality became refined. For various, they look at artwork, however, people that are doing something from a good cook, etc. Then it's not just you have knowledge, but you do it for Krishna. That makes the difference. And it's a secret. It's an open secret, and everyone can hear the open secret. And some people are going to apply it, and some people it remains a secret. It's simple. This is bhakti. Okay, someone else would like to add some comment here.
I have a question.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, thank you for the excellent class. So I have a question regarding the enthusiasm you talked about. So generally, people start with high enthusiasm.
Yes.
Or the time they may go up or they may go down.
Yes.
So how to keep the enthusiasm at the same level? But when I ask these questions, generally they say read the Prabhupada books and listen to the Prabhupada lectures and associate with the devotees. So apart from these, are there any other things that we can do to keep the enthusiasm at least constant rather than going down?
Well, yeah, sure. Purity.
How to
Oh, you took the words away. My answer to, you want something else. There's no.
Are there any others?
I understood the question. It brings here's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaking to Sanatana Goswami, the Sanatana Siksha section of Chaitanya Charitamrita. I mean, that's postgraduate study. Many things Lord Chaitanya taught. One of the things is the totality of all living entities. Then he built kind of like a pyramid, going up the pyramid. Some are in the living entities are the human form. Some of the human form are civilized. So the characteristics of those who are civilized are like this. Some may have some knowledge. Some may have devotion, mixed devotion. So it keeps going up and keeps going up. When it comes to bhakti, Lord Chaitanya said the answer was the association with devotees. The one who is carrying bhakti can give bhakti. And then like 15 scriptural references to verify or amplify. And then he goes higher and higher and higher. Then he goes to Shuddha Bhakti. And and Lord Chaitanya says, even in the topmost stages of bhakti, association of devotees is imperative. So my answer to your question is no. It's not. But you continue with bhakti. It's like learning to be an artist. You paint. You engage in sadhu sangha with sadhus, and what do sadhus do? Bhajana kriya. And you do bhajana kriya with sadhus. And then what happens? Anartha nivritti. So just stay with it. Stay with the program. And it's not like should I be doing something else? It's just unpack it, and then it becomes life. And refine it.
Sure.
But it doesn't. You don't have to refine it. Maybe that's what you're looking for. Refine it, but that's purity.
Sure.
So the same thing like this little lesson about studies for an exam, or cooking in the kitchen, or playing mridanga, or you take anything. You do it for Krishna, and you find someone that's a good teacher that understands not just how to play mridanga, but how to do it for Krishna, and it's a big difference. It's a big difference. So that's sadhu sangha. And then through sadhus you learn everything you need to know.
I have a question.
Okay.
I have two questions. Actually.
Two questions, okay.
So, the first question, I'm digressing a little bit here. I have a tough time understanding Jnana Yoga.
You do?
Yeah, because
You're not a Gyani then.
it's there's no service, there's no activity like Karma Yoga, there's speculation.
Yeah.
But still, why does Krishna say Jnanavan Ma Prapadyan?
Because
Why
that's-
doesn't he say Bhaktivan Ma Prapadyan?
He has different purposes at different times for his audience. Now, the Gyan can mean that, or it can also mean the higher. You follow? Should I expand, or you?
Please.
Okay. There can be the Gyan that's down here. There can be the Gyan that's Vigyan, and he's not. He could say Vigyan, or he could say Bhakti, but it's pointing in the direction for a certain audience. He's speaking to Arjun, but he's speaking to us. He's asking Arjun, having Arjun ask questions so that we can understand. It's for us. So, our understanding may be here. And there's also there. So, why does he could say bhakti, but please don't edit Krishna's words. He knows what he's doing, and he's speaking for a particular audience in a particular time and place.
The second question is,
It is a digression, by the way.
Yeah, it was. But the second question is related to what we spoke today. It's about the boy and the girl who said that their independence is more important,
And they're enjoying, the spirit to be the enjoyer is, it's still strong.
right. So, how does Bhakti Yoga foster
Higher taste.
solution to
Higher taste, higher taste. Give up the lesser taste when there's a higher taste. Is there such a thing? Oh, yes. Take this example of studying for an exam. Is there such a thing as studying for an exam where I'm stressed out about how well I'm going to do in the exam? And the difference of studying because this is something that I'm doing because I want Krishna to smile. Studying. So, a qualitative difference. And the qualitative inside and qualitative outside, both. Okay, someone else had their hand up. Yeah, over here. Can you pass the microphone?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hi, Bo.
My question is probably a dovetail into the jnana question,
Okay.
but aligned to what we talked today.
Okay.
Is it even possible for us to do bhakti without actually having...
This young man over here is really animated. He wants you to press the magic button. Give it to a teenager, they'll show you.
Hello?
Hare Krishna.
Hello? Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Okay.
Question was around the same...
Gyan Yoga.
Bhakti. And is it really feasible to please the Lord without having knowledge that He is everything, right? Like that transcendental knowledge is what is...
Supposing there's a little child, and the little child doesn't have that realization that you just described, but but they're playing and singing and worshiping a doll or something, a deity doll. It's pleasing to Krishna. Now, it doesn't. That's wow. He's intense. It can mature if one does that which is pleasing to Krishna, even if... I'll try again. The maturing of pleasing Krishna comes from hearing, and through hearing, hearing from the right source, purification, and then when purification, then that which you have forgotten, you remember. Remembrance of Krishna becomes your life because it's within, it's already there, and it comes out once it's the covering is clear. So there's stages. But one of response to your question specifically is it possible to please Krishna without knowing him? Yes. And in the course of pleasing Krishna without knowing him, gradually through association, one can start to know. And you do that which is pleasing to Krishna, he'll make some arrangement. Sincere person that wants to please Krishna, they don't know. Knowledge is needed. For the mature stage, knowledge is needed. Knowledge then becomes bhakti. Knowledge becomes vijnana, becomes bhakti. There's technical terms for describing stages of realization, but it will come. So the operative principle is not knowledge. The operative principle is wanting to please Krishna. And I may not know what Krishna is. I may think whatever I may think. The Supreme, or something. And then when that person comes in, it's like coming in contact with Bhagavad Gita. Personally, I read 7 translations of Bhagavad Gita before I read Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita number 8. And, it wasn't Bhagavad Gita. It had the title Bhagavad Gita, but it wasn't Bhagavad Gita. It was gobbledygook. And scholars that don't know, and they're writing a commentary, or a translation and commentary. I got nothing. I got, nothing. So, from the right source, then there's affinity for that which is genuine. So, yes. Yes, but that capacity to please and serve Krishna will grow because Krishna will reciprocate and send resources, persons, knowledge, etc., where one can then go for a little further, and then it matures. The principle of pleasing Krishna can mature through the right association. Same question. Okay? Anybody else out there? We're done. Wow. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Did you bring Mahaprashadam? Yes? No? Yes? Yes. Okay. In the course of my travels, people come to know that I like distributing Mahaprasadam after class. So the place that I was at previously gives me a whole suitcase, or half a suitcase full of boxes with Mahaprasadam in it. So and then I have the wonderful service of distributing the half a suitcase full of Mahaprasadam. And here's some.